Hey fellas, Ducky here. First Patreon exclusive video. Welcome, I'm happy to have you. So my idea for this one was that I was going to talk about the songs I didn't talk about in the committee videos, i.e. songs that were in that video that I didn't focus on in a worst list, best list, or a third list. Third list doesn't matter because, I mean, basically only a couple of songs didn't actually make the Hot 100 and make lists, but yeah, I had this idea to talk about all of the songs that I didn't talk about in that video. I think about now I have a good perception of all of them and what I think. And, you know, I say this right now, and I'm looking at my script, and I just realized that I haven't listened to Boy With Love again. But, whoops. So anyway, I'm going to put my video on the screen. I'm just going to go straight through it. You're also going to watch this footage that the $7 patrons actually chose for me to use. So I hope you enjoy that. That I can do while I'm talking. It'll make it easy. Have something on the screen that's entertaining, that's not something else. Again, thank you for contributing to the Patreon. I seriously appreciate it so much. I'm so happy that you guys supported me in that way. It's a lot, making this little dream of mine a reality, and I seriously could not be more grateful. All right, without further ado, let's kick this off. Let's go. These are the top 10 worst songs of 2019 by YouTube Committee. So, You Need to Calm Down, I did make that entire video about, but it's just a quick piece that there's just no integrity that comes within this song that I feel. It's just really, I want to have a follow-up hit to the other hit that's not so bland that it doesn't stand out, but interesting enough that it's great. You Need to Calm Down kind of screams that, and like, I'm not a fan, and it really, really goes against Taylor Swift's identity. It was the Taylor Swift song that could have been made by anybody. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's crap. I think I thought about making it a tentative for my list, like an honorable mention tentative, but at the end of the day, I just kind of thought, I don't really care about it all that much. Love this song, yes. Without Me, overall in the end, it just really is not that hateable. I find it mildly annoying. Which, yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna rate it anything good, even though I myself can say that I have liked some Halsey songs in the past. Just this one, it's just blah. Don't really like it. Not really all that loathable. Definitely got overplayed. I will say that for the record. If it didn't get overplayed, I probably would think of it as completely ignorable, but that is not what happened. So, I mean, we have it now. It's Without Me by Halsey. I mean, it's better than You Should Be Sad. Can we have a fight over the fact that You Should Be Sad is a piece of junk, and I don't like it at all? You know, a lot of people are telling me that, well, it's got that country vibe, and I'm like, I don't care. The point of the song is why I hate it. I can't tell you what it sounds like now, and for those exact reasons are probably why you're not going to see You Should Be Sad on my worst list. It's probably just going to fall away, and I'm not going to care about it. But I do think that this is better, the fact that it came first. Her beating this dead horse again, I just hate it. So, not a fan, but, you know, it's whatever. Only Human, on the other hand, is a song that I for sure ignored in the past, but now I do recognize it as a real piece of crap. I mean, I don't know if it was because of that honeymoon phase with Sucker, but Only Human came out and I thought, nah, it's not great. And I mean, watching it get thrashed, I agree so much. It's so fake and disingenuine. It is legitimately COD reggae. And I know that it's a joke that I didn't understand how to say that, but it's stiff, it's flat, its beats are unearned. It is just a piece of crap. And the funniest thing about that is that the radio loves it. They think it's amazing. Every station in the Cleveland area, it's all you can find on the lame mix stations, on the top 40 stations. Even on like adult contemporary and, white stations around here, you will hear Only Human, and it really sucks. It's not good. I'm not gonna say that I regret not putting it on the list, but I honestly, if I paid enough attention, I probably would have thrown it as an honorable mention, because it's really bad. I would agree. Yeah, that's terrible.
Gonna do the two-step.
Can't even believe this was real.
We love the earth.
We hate Little Dicky.
She told me put my heart.
Oof.
My neck is fuzzy.
Oh, Ariana, you're so talented.
Hey, look, ma, I made it.
Hey, look, Ma, I made it. I can't even believe.
I don't care.
I don't care. I do not care about. And, like, we can say that as a joke, but really it is one of those songs that it's just a party that I don't want to be at. And yet, it's just here. I don't really care about it. In and out, see it, whatever. It's sucky, but I just don't care.
Niggas been counting me out.
Speaking of not caring, this song's fine. Really have no opinions about it. I listen to it and it doesn't offend me. I don't get excited about it. I am middle child about middle child. It's middle of the road.
It'll be alright.
Be alright, I'm gonna be honest about. The fact that I went through a breakup actually did really help me not hate this song. And yeah, when I was making that list, I was going through it. But this song found a way to just kind of duck out and escape my mind. And that's the best thing I could ask for from bad pop music, is that, it's bad, it's there, it slams you in the face, and then it's out of there. Like, You Should Be Sad, for example. I hated it for that period of time, and when I had the list, like, this song is just terrible. But now I'm like, well, that sucks, but it's not in my face. And Dean Lewis is terrible. I don't like how he does it. He really does make his friends come off as annoying pricks. But seriously, I kind of felt it. Like, just move forward. Honestly, that's also kind of why I didn't hate Someone You Loved, which is something that I will talk about when that song that's way worse makes my worst list at the end of the year. I will be talking about the fact that song really is bad, but it's not nearly as bad. It's not nearly as bad. Guys, I hate that song. Cool, I think, is not as bad as Only Human. In fact, same deal. I think it's pretty easy to ignore. One of those songs that when it came on, I just immediately skipped it, but it's a lot less bad than Only Human. And yeah, they're not cool, I would agree with that, but it's just not really a big deal, that song. Chainsmokers, get out of here.
Noggin boots.
Oh, have you guys heard that new Sam Smith song? Yeah, it's bad. Fine, I'll agree. Shallow is like the opposite side of that ignorable coin. Like, I think it's fine, but in a really good way, It came on the radio, and I'd stop and I'd listen to it and think, man, Lady Gaga, really good. I might want to see this movie. I think I wanted to see the movie when it came out, and then it just kind of went by, and I'll probably never see it now, because I'm not much of a movie guy. I'm more of a TV person, so I don't really like having to sit down for 90 to 120 minutes as a movie rushes or blah, blah, blah. You might wonder why I like talking about and listening to music. Oh, it's because it's the lowest barrier for entry. It's a 3-minute song, and you can tell if you're in or you're out. Movies, dead opposite. It's just too long. There are movies I love, but it's my least favorite kind of media, even if for sure it's the media I own the most of, because, that's the society we live in. It costs cheap to buy a ton of VHS tapes at one time, and then regret it later. And yeah, Bradley Cooper is kind of not very good. But the thing that I really do hate about this song is the fact that it's kind of live in the studio version, where Lady Gaga comes out on screen and the whole crowd goes crazy, and it's like, what? With no context, it's kind of annoying that was what I heard on the radio. I'm like, Lady Gaga, I like you, but how big is your ego that this has to be the version? I'm like, no thanks. So Shallow, pretty good. That's about it.
I'm no good at goodbyes.
Goodbyes might be Post Malone's best song. I might be willing to say that. It for sure is not my favorite. It just works really well. And Goodbyes is one of those songs where the more you listen to it, the better it gets. And the first couple of times I heard it, I thought, this is a 6 out of 10 Post Malone song. I'd say it's like a 9 now. Honestly, this song is very good. Young Thug, I'm going to say the exact same things. Young Thug sounds bad. He sounds like a mistake. He sounds blasty. He is ruining a song that's good without him. And I also heard arguments that were like, I listen to Young Thug's other stuff, and now I get it. No, because I like another Young Thug song. Shit. Oh God, what is the name of that song? I can't tell you the name of it, but it's a Jamie XX song, and, I'll put it on screen right now. Yes, they did use this song for Coke promotions, but this song is really good. It is Young Thug at his best. It's great. Does he sound like he's just blasting at you? Does he sound like a complete mistake from start to finish? No. So why the fuck does he do that in Goodbyes? It's terrible. I hate it so much. And it was really worth the joke when I put this as a dishonorable mention. People loved that. I got a bunch of comments that were like, man, loved that bit about T-Pain's auto-tune breaking off and becoming sentient. And I'm proud of that joke too. It was a good joke. It's a true joke. I really don't like Young Thug's part. Goodbyes is a very good song. It sucks that this is where our discussion goes, but yeah, that's where it is. Yeah, I like it.
Nothing feels better than it.
Yeah, it's pretty good too, I'd say.
Dancing with a stranger.
Yeah, it's like the best song ever, clearly.
Running in circles.
Alright, okay. It's time to talk about Circles. You see, the pieces are there. It's all there. Like, Post sounds great. Production's nice. It's a refreshing walk in the park. I just don't connect with it at all. And it's in a similar way where we've made these jokes about how Sean doesn't like Blinding Lights, or X person doesn't like this song that's too good to not be liked. But it really is exactly that. It's just, I don't connect with it. And I'm going to go into a rant a couple songs from here that'll explain it a little better. But I'm just not there. I don't feel it when it comes on. It's just another overplayed radio song to me. And I'm sorry, but I'm never going to love it. I'm always just going to respect it, and that's it. So, I mean, I think it's like a 6 out of 10. So my segment for Boy With Love, I've left completely blank because I forgot to check it, and I just listened to it. And, yeah, it's good. Yeah, that's it. It's good. I don't know what you want from me. It's good. I'm not gonna love it. It's just not my taste, but it's good. I'll say that. It's not the best Halsey song. I don't see no new Americana graveyard competition over here, so, no, it's good. I think it's okay that people really like it, but, I'm just fine about it.
Take what you want from me.
You put Ozzy Osbourne on a song in 2019. Whoa, that's crazy. You get Post Malone, biggest guy in the world, to help him out. Travis Scott, great guy. Why don't I love it? Well, Circles. It's the same deal. It's just like, I don't really love Ozzy Osbourne as a performer. Like, he's good, it's cool that, you got this classic rock singer on a 2019 hit, but there's this thing that I think, and it's okay if you disagree or you think otherwise, but there's like this inherent bias that comes along with rock songs like this. I could talk about Harry Styles, because he didn't make this last list right now, where it's like, yeah, he's making contemporary rock music, but that doesn't automatically make it the best thing I'm gonna hear in a year just because the song has a guitar solo in it. Guitar solos still need to be interesting. Like something just like this. Not an interesting guitar solo. A lot of the problems that I have with EDM producers where, you know, the drop is like a guitar solo. I don't like it. You know, it's not great. I like that guitar solo that fits in with that song that I'm connecting with where I'm like, oh yeah, it keeps going. It's like Yes. I'm gonna talk about Yes now. Progressive rock was this thing where it was just like handoff to handoff to handoff of all these artists just showing off and doing what they can to make everything as lively as possible. And it's incredible. And it's just, guitar solos now, to me, seem like checking a box. There's a guitar solo here, so automatically it gets 3 extra points? I'm sorry, I don't think so. I've gotten pretty far off topic here, but Take What You Want is a good song. It's not a great song. It's not a song that I'm gonna listen to on my free time, because they're better Post Malone songs. They're better Ozzy Osbourne songs. I'm not blown away, and I never will be with Take What You Want. You can get rid of me. I'm a big, stupid doo-doo head.
How much money you got? A lot.
A lot. Yeah, okay. Whatever, man. I love this song. I'm gonna be completely honest. Calvin actually said that he thought this was his best song of the year, and I thought, really? You know, I looked at it, I thought it was fine. I think I listened to it once just to see how it was, and I thought it was fine, and I moved on. And then list season happened, and list after list after list. Here's a lot. I'm like, maybe I should give that another run. And I love it. I think it's really good. I think it's charming. I think it's real. And I totally screwed up. Honestly, I think this would make the list now if I'd redo it. A lot is really good. I love... There's this overly forced moment where J. Cole's being super genuine when he sees 21 Savage in the studio and he's talking about what's in front of him. And, you know, he says 6 hours, 6.5. I'm like, okay, you're just inflating to make it sound worse. It's not that bad of a drive, J. Cole. Don't be silly. But no, I like all of it. It's really good. I messed up, guys. It's a great song.
When we all fall asleep.
Bury a Friend is great. I love The Crow. I think that's a good thing. I like it a lot. I like the other 2 songs that made this list better. Clearly you would know, because, I mean, that was on my list. I found it kind of interesting that this was the one that people lost their minds over, other than When the Party's Over. Which, goofy aside here, When the Party's Over, I don't think anything has gotten anywhere close to that many points on best lists. When the Party's Over fucking crushed it. And I mean, usually years, it gets to like 60, 70 points between a bunch of songs. This year, Bury a Friend got to number 2 at 40-some points, and then When the Party's Over, over 100. Like, everybody just put it on their list. So, like, you have to. It's just so good. And I feel that way. I agree. You have to. It is that good. Bury a Friend's good. I like it, but it's not as good as the other 2 songs that made the list. Sorry, I do like Bad Guy more. Biggest song ever, pretty good. Best song of the decade so far, yeah. Now, I'm sorry to do this. I'm actually writing about this song right now, so I'm not going to say anything about it.
Lover.
It's pretty good. You know, maybe it's a top 3 Taylor Swift song. In fact, maybe off the top of my head, I'm probably going to disagree with the fact that I just said that. But it's pretty good. Yeah, it's the best song off that last album, but, I mean, that was a pretty low bar to jump for singles. So, yeah, Lover was good. I enjoyed listening to it on the radio. Maybe a little too sparse. I kind of want a little more out of Taylor, like your style. Lover's nice, but it's just Lover. Breathin' is pretty good. Yeah. That's what I'd say. I guess the only interesting thing that I think is that Breathin', when I do combined lists, Breathin' might actually make a list because it got an honorable mention on both years' lists, which has happened multiple times before. You might remember Juju on the Beat. But yeah, that happens where a song is between 2 years, and then it's like, doesn't make some people's lists, then it makes other people's lists. So yeah, it'll probably be a shoe-in for that 5-year video. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I like listening to it.
I could lie, say I like it like that.
And the party's over. Yeah, thank you for joining me again. Thank you for supporting Patreon. I am doing this every month. I will give you one of these off-the-cuff, just-to-you videos. But seriously, thank you. It means the world. Good night.